はいどうも、ケンチャンネルのケンジです。今日は今からドラゴンイングリッシュ基本英文100っていうのをひたすら勉強する。30分勉強するっていう動画になります。興味なかったらね、別に見なくていいんですけど、一緒に勉強しながら流すとか、どんな勉強してるのかっていうのを、見たい人は見てください。はい、では今から30分勉強します。Takes 3 times the tablets 3 times a day. Take the train to. If you take the train to. Get on. Go on by train. Go to. If you go to Disneyland from by train, take the train. Take a taxi to. Take a taxi to. Take a plane to. Take the Shinkansen to. Take the subway to. I will take the subway to Berkeley. I decided to find a job overseas when I graduated from college. I've decided to look for a job abroad when I graduated from college. In 2002 I decided to marry Nancy. I've decided to look for a job abroad. In 2002, I decided to marry Nancy. And has not come yet. When? Graduated from college. Go to school. Look for a job abroad. Go out into the world. Start to work. Get a job. Look at the sign. It says at no I wonder what's inside. At no time. This door must be unlocked. Left. At no time. At no time must this door okay. Be left also. Destroyer doesn't work. It seems to be broken. Something seems to be wrong with it. This dryer doesn't work. Something seems to be wrong with it. Something seems to be wrong with it. Work, move. You can hardly move on the train during the rush hours. You can hardly move on the train during the rush hours. During the rush hours. Our family moved to Shizuoka 10 years ago. It seemed that to me. Nobody said that. Tom is a good person. But it seemed to me that he's only pretended to be rude. Nobody says that Tom is a good person, but it seemed to me that he's only pretended to be rude. Nobody says that Tom is a good person, but it seemed to me that he's only pretending to be true. This trial doesn't work. Something seems to be wrong with it. Something is wrong with something. There is something wrong with blocking. The hinge on the door has been broken for more than 2 years. For more than 2 years. Out of order. but I'm happy. But I was happy. What is the best happiest? What I was happiest. The best thing in America. Was families handle, take care of as if them daughter. The best thing about my stay with an America probably was that the parents treated me. Probably was that the parents treated me just like their daughter. The best thing about my stay with an American family was that the parents treated me just like their daughter. The best thing about was that happy. The happiest thing. 逆に the worst thing about was that それの場合もthat The best thing about my stay with an American family was that the parents treated me just like their daughter. As if I was their own daughter. またその場合 were. Nancy talks as if she knows everything about chemistry. Nancy talks as if she knows everything about chemistry. Stay with. Last month, I stayed with my parents for two days. I stayed with my parents. Treat. Like us, treated me just like us badly. Well, we should treat 18 years old as adults. I object to being treated like a child. I object to being treated like a child. Deal with children. Dealt was 10 years old. I had stayed in Canada for 3 years. I lived in Canada for 3 years when I was in my teens. I was in my teens because my father was transferred there. I lived in Canada for three years when I was in my teens because my father was transferred there. I've been living in Canada. I've been living in Canada for 3 years. I went to China 3 times when I was a college student. That's good. For 9 years before. I lived in Canada for 3 years before I moved to Germany. I lived in Canada for 3 years when I was my teens because my father was transferred there. In my teens, 13. へえ。ティーンズって13歳から19歳まで。In her 20s. In the 1980s. In the 1980s. Because of my father's job. Because of my father's business. We transferred to David Beckham. David Beckham was transferred to Real Madrid. For a few years. Rapid. Personal computer sells rapidly. I don't know. The internet widely used. The internet is widely used, so sales of personal computers have been rapidly increasing over the last few years. Have been increasing or have been increasing over, be widely used. With the whisper, widespread is more and more people are using. It's so simple. More and more people are using. Have been increasing. Be widely used. With the widest spread. So the internet is widely used. More and more people are using. More and more people are using. The last few years. These few years, not this few, the last few years, sales of increase, decrease, rapidly, greatly, dramatically, sharply, rapidly. Firmly believe. Fully realize. Fully refuse. Fully understand. Severely scold. It is of her to last a while she works. She's always cheerful. The internet is widely used, so sales of personal computers have been rapidly increasing over the last few years. Tom, I've never seen that. I've never actually seen him swim. Burst. I've often heard Tom Burst that he's very good at swimming. I've often heard Tom Burst that he's very good at swimming, but I've never actually seen him swim. Three times often, ever, never. Here. Heard Tom Burst that he's very good at swimming. I heard that he sang in the bar. I heard that he sang in the bar when he was drunk. I heard him sing in the bar. I heard him sing in the bar. I heard that he sang in the bar when he was drunk. I saw that my girlfriend got home safely. I saw that my girlfriend got home safely. I saw him teach English to high school students. Boast that. What do you say? Boast that he's very good at swimming. Very good at. Be a very good swimmer. Can swim very well. I've often heard Tom boast that he is very good at swimming, but I never actually seen him swim. If you take the train to Tokyo Disneyland from here, you have to change 3 times. Okay. I've decided to look for a job abroad. When I graduated from college. It seems that this dryer doesn't work. This dryer doesn't work. It seems that this is broken. This dryer doesn't work. Something seems to be wrong with it. Seems to be wrong with it. Something seems to be wrong with it. There is something wrong with it. The best thing about my stay with an American family was that the parents treat me just like their daughter. The best thing about my stay with an American family was that the parents treat me just like their daughter. The best thing about my stay with an American family was that the parents treat me just like a daughter, just like their daughter. Their daughter. I had lived in Canada for 3 years. When I was teen when I was teen, when I was teen, when I was my teens, when I was my teens, when I was teens, because my father was transferred there, because of my father's job, the internet is widely used. So sales of personal computers have been rapidly increasing over the last few years. I've often heard Tom boast that he is very good at swimming, but I've never actually seen him swim. Okay. はい、30分経ちました。どうでしたか？今回このドラゴンイングリッシュ基本英文100っていうのを買ってみて、これ中古で古本市場で買ったんですけど、なかなかいい東大用のやつやから解説がすっごいちゃんとしてる。別にレビューじゃないねんけど。はい、以上です。じゃあね。